meeting of the Board of Selectmen. If everybody rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, thank you for those tuning in and whatnot. First order of business is that we have a public hearing to receive comment on the town declaring a building located at 359 Chadbourne Ridge Road, North Waterboro, is dangerous pursuant to 17 M.R.S.A. subsection 2851 through 2859, dangerous buildings. So I'm going to turn this over to our code enforcement officer, Michael Gilpatrick. So we're accommodating you.
Great. Thank you. I just wanted to show. I took some photos of the site up here on the screen. This building was obviously could have been a potential hazard for anybody near it, as a large portion of the roof had collapsed. So as you can take a look at, this is one gable end of the building here that we're showing up on the big screen, where the metal and where the wind had got underneath the metal in last week's storm or 2 weeks ago storm. And this is a classic example when oftentimes in the code office I hear, why do we have to do all of these things? Well, back when this structure was completed, there were no restrictions on wind load and uplift. This is a classic example of why these codes are in place today. David, if you could flip to the next slide, please. This is the opposite end of the building. You were looking right here to the far right. You can see where this large portion of the supports, the wind had picked the building up, and a portion of the roof had collapsed, as I said. And you can see obviously why I deemed this a dangerous building at this point. I mean, I don't know if I would want to get in there and try to move that Jeep right now. Next slide, please. This is the other gable end, which illustrates the main structure or ridgepole. This was built with homemade trusses, so it's not quite as imperative in this particular situation. But you can see where the gable end is pushed way out, thus compromising the center of the structure. So in short, that's why this is a dangerous building.
Was this brought to your attention?
Yes, yep, it was. To be honest with you, I went on probably 6 calls within the town of Waterboro. Most of them were trees that had fallen on dwellings and so forth, or outbuildings. But this by far was the worst impact. That's just so that everybody's aware and the public's aware, the homeowner actually owns a construction business and came in today and received a demo permit to pull this building down. So so he's working on this currently. That takes some of the pressure, I guess, off from the town with this dangerous building statute. We just wanted to be very, very, very positive that this was addressed as soon as possible.
Does he have a certain period of time
Does he have
to pull it down?
Well, typically, that's what this dangerous building statute is for, so that we can put that limitation on the actual homeowner. It's up to the board's discretion at this point if you want to move forward with a time limit.
I think he hits it with a backhoe, falls down. It won't take long to pull it down.
He started today.
Yeah.
He's intending on trying to save some of the building.
Okay.
So rather than it being a tire loss. And I told him that he had to have an engineer come in and take a look at the current structure and figure out how we proceed from there. But as far as the pieces of the building that are hanging, they're probably, if I know the individual, they're probably gone by now, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah. Good.
That's all I have. Further questions?
Questions, comments?
You go back and inspect after?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any public comment?
I
I got just one comment on this, and it's not on this,
Sure.
from here on, somebody needs to look at this, because we're gonna get more of these, I take it, with this new law of the state. So we need some type of an ordinance, the same as what we've got for bad septic systems or whatnot. Maybe you can, or somebody here in the office can look into a fee structure so that the taxpayer doesn't burden the cost of public hearing or proceedings, your proceedings.
Sure. If I understand you correctly, Dwayne, what you're asking for is a basic outline of the lien structure that we utilize in the event that the town has to absorb the cost of this removal.
Yes. Or the cost of the public hearing that we're
public hea-
holding
The whole,
today. Yeah.
the whole process.
Yeah.
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 But we
yeah.
don't have anything to cover it at this point.
Yeah, I can, if you're comfortable, if the board's comfortable with that, I can certainly move forward with that.
Yeah.
So it would be very similar to the ordinance that we have concerning malfunctioning domestic water
Yes.
disposal,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
So I think if you took that language and put it into, or framed it into, you know, a dangerous building,
Yep.
and that, I mean, this allows us to replace a malfunctioning septic system, and we then would put a lien on the property, right?
Right.
Until that is paid back.
Right,
So
essentially.
that would be the same kind of service that we would expect in this.
Yep. Where the town's responsibility is just to mitigate the health hazard.
Correct.
So, and like you, as you said, stated before, Dennis, it's to replace the septic system. In this particular instance, it would be to remove the structure. Yep.
Or if we had another windstorm in the track, or even that aluminum roof is the danger. If that wind got underneath that and took part of that off and got out in the road, or that tangled up the wires or whatever, it's, the hazard is there.
Yep. Thank you.
So if you could work that kind of, you'll have to run it by the attorney and all
Yep.
that good stuff, and then come back with a proposed ordinance that would deal with dangerous buildings, right?
Yep.
Now, do you want us to vote on this tonight, or make a motion, so that you can proceed if for some reason he hasn't got this taken care of?
If need be.
Set a precedent that we vote to allow you to proceed in proper removal.
Sure. That's the board's pleasure. That's,
Okay, so
that
when
would,
we get down here after we close this, then we'll add a 9C to it.
thank you.
Anything else? Yes, sir.
Sorry, I wasn't sure how this worked. So what, I need to be educated a little bit because I'm here. I think it's a dangerous precedent for the town to go ahead and start getting involved with people's private property, but I understand that this is structurally unsound. Sounds like the owner is complying, okay, of his own free will. May I ask, what is this state law that you talk about that is pushing for this?
It is 17 Maine Revised Statutes Annotated. So if you just Google 17 M.R.S.A, and it is subsection 2851 through 2859. And it's called
2851 what?
2851 through 2859. And I don't know if you've got a copy of the statute?
I don't have a copy of the statute,
Okay.
but I do have a copy of the notice that I'd be willing to give him if you.
Yeah.
There's one on the table right next to him.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna make a public comment that I can grab one over there. Oh, this is the one I have to learn about. I already have the notice, I already
Okay.
learned about it. I just think it's as much as, yes, I see your photos here, all right, this is private property, right? It's not a public business, okay?
Correct.
The only one this is giving a problem to is the homeowner himself, okay? Anyone else is trespassing. I'm saying that it is, quite frankly, his business, the state and condition, especially since it's not going to affect any other things off of his property, like a septic system, which may have a new groundwater. Obviously, I'll have to look into the legal implications, but I'm just saying to the board that you should reconsider the control you exercise in Waterboro over private property.
What if the windstorm comes up, grabs that roof, throws it in the road, and somebody gets injured by it, and we haven't done anything about
Then
it?
it is the homeowner's responsibility, okay?
We have a responsibility to the town as well to try to protect our people.
No, the state has no responsibility to protect people. People have a responsibility to protect themselves.
We can agree to disagree, that's fine.
Okay, and also, what I'm saying is that laws in general are enacted in order to, if you want to promote safety, okay, the owner can be liable should something happen, right? Okay, there's already something in place. Okay, I'm just saying that you're setting a bad precedent, and you should not be controlling people's private property, is what I'm saying. Okay, if he wants this to rot into the ground, he can. If something happens to it that's not on his, even if it's on his property, okay, that is then his liability. If someone thinks it's unsafe, they don't have to go underneath. You don't have to go underneath. So, I just think going forward, you should start taking that tack. Obviously, it sounds like there's a state law that we need to address.
And that's what I'm saying, to a point, is if we're going to have to enforce the state law, then the townspeople do not need to burden the cost. It needs to be the landowner.
Well,
But
I would agree,
somebody's-
but I'm also, that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm also saying that it's just up to them, okay?
But-
One, it should not burden the taxpayer at all, period. Okay, if something happens, all right, it's on him already. It's not, I'm just saying that it is his property, it is to do with as he pleases, quite frankly, all right? Short of violating other people's, causing damage to other people's properties or not. I understand what you're saying, okay, but there are repercussions should that happen. But like I said, there's a state, and you live in New England, okay, you're gonna be, you're gonna have to be a tyrant going around town, okay, because it's a place of old homes. This isn't the Midwest where I used to go from, okay, where things were built later.
Yeah, and my only point is that the town has the responsibility to,
You have no responsibility to protect.
oh, no, I would suggest otherwise, because we have a zoning ordinance. Tells you what you can and can't do with your property,
Okay.
okay?
So you're saying we are serfs to the state. It's not
So-
our property, we don't own it, it's
So-
not ours.
But we can, per the zoning ordinance, we can control what you do with your property.
Okay, and you think that's a good policy?
Oh, absolutely.
So what if I started raising some concerns, what if I got on the board and started having concerns with maybe some of your property?
Okay, that's fine, if,
You're okay with that level of
but,
control?
but if the zoning ordinance allows the use of the property, right, then the zoning ordinance stands by
Okay.
itself.
Well, it sounds like there's a need for a bottom-up organization of the town of Waterboro. Now, I know a lot of towns do this, I get it, okay, I'm not saying that this is an uncommon thing, okay, that exists. It's something that we need to push back on. I'm talking to you because you are people, you are the board that we elect councilmen to try to promote what we need in this town, okay? I'm stating that this is a view that we should have. We should push back on the state, and we should allow homeowners to have more freedom in what they do with their own property.
Well, that's one argument.
Okay.
Yep.
We're more willing to send you up to Augusta.
Say that again?
We're more willing to send you up to Augusta and because I agree with you to a point.
Okay.
I just
It may
wanted,
come one day, we don't know.
I just wanted to add that there are seats available on the planning board, which has an opportunity to create policy within our ordinance.
Okay.
There are openings, and your opinion certainly welcome.
Okay. I'd have to go ahead and get the date, obviously. I've gone to other towns' meetings before, not so much in Waterboro, but not because, as a rule, this town is, I would say, fairly friendly, and I would say for New England. I'll have to look into that. So I
Please do.
appreciate you listening. I'm not trying here to fight you. I'm trying to say this should be our stance, and you should just keep that in mind, okay?
This is the first one that we've ever handled.
Right, I understand. Well,
Under this new law, and.
right, and that part, I thought this was purely a ordinance thing, which I'm gonna go ahead and push back on. Obviously, I have to look, I wrote it down, I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I actually talked to several of the reps up there in the state fairly often, so.
this is something that's just come down the back, so.
When did it come out? I'm just curious.
September?
No, the dangerous building statute has been enacted for a good number of years for health and public safety.
Through the state or through the town?
Through the state.
State.
Through the state.
All right.
And whether I agree or not, some of these particular state statutes, I have sworn to uphold.
I understand your position. Okay? I understand that this is something that may need to be taken elsewhere. I just wanted to make that known.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to use up the rest of your time. That's all I want to say.
Glad you came.
Thank you.
Yeah, it goes probably, section history goes back to 1965.
Oh, really?
So, but it was, the last annotation was 2017. 2019, so I don't see anything beyond that, so.
I got
Okay.
about 30 years of experience with the planning board in here, and this is the first one that I've seen.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I had to say.
Thank you.
Anything else? I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? All right, let's move on. All right, any announcements from the board?
I have none.
David?
I have none.
I'm good. No, I'm good.
Again, we want to wish everybody a happy new year, and we look forward to 2024 as not without its challenges, but hopefully it'll be a better year than 2023 was, or 2022. Any additions or deletions to the agenda?
I would add that we add 9C for a vote on dangerous buildings. Declaring a dangerous building in town.
Well, we did that last meeting, right? That's what gave us this. I'm not sure that,
I just want to be, for the code enforcement to continue to oversee, and if anything goes wrong here, we're setting a precedent so that the code enforcement has the right under this law to proceed in any way to see forward. So that he ain't gonna keep coming back to us.
so,
Haven't we already done
This-
that on the 19th?
yeah, I think we've done that,
Yeah, good.
Now we can
to
move
be
forward.
perfectly honest with you, Dwayne.
Okay, as long as it's been done,
Well, we all signed on the 19th, last meeting.
but the purpose of having the public hearing we've had the public hearing, and now, in my mind, we should have another vote on the outcome of the public hearing. I don't care. I mean, as long as we've done it, and you think it's all right,
Well, it give you authority to enact whatever you gotta enact, right?
To move forward
Right.
if the case is necessary.
Right. So I think we're, based on what we did the last meeting, you're covered,
And God forbid if we have to move forward with it, then I'll be back.
right?
so
Okay.
I'll withdraw my request for 9C.
Okay. Anything else we need to add or delete from the agenda? Any public
You can delete 5A.
Okay. 5A was employee recognition, right? So we'll forego that.
Add it to the next one.
Right, we'll roll that into the next one. Any public comment? Correspondence. Treasurer's reports are available. Ecomaine iodine products refusal notice. So Ecomaine has determined that the pink cloud that was seen on the main turnpike as a result of the waste energy facility was indeed an iodine products. So they have now determined and prohibited any acceptable waste of iodine containing substances. So that's just to notify us.
Is that a medical?
We,
I mean, everybody.
I don't think they have an answer.
Yeah,
There was also some determination of, there was an excessive amount of seaweed and whatnot, and that is salt.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. So, but I don't think that they have the full answer.
well, okay, yeah. The question is how they're gonna stop it if they don't know where it come from.
Well,
And I'm
you know,
guessing-
I think that if they determine there's a policy that, then they're gonna come back to a municipality that says, hey, you brought in
Yeah,
product, right? So,
yeah, I read all that
yeah,
the other night, but, very confusing to how they was gonna stop it in there.
well, once you get into the tipping hall,
Yeah,
I'm not sure how they determine it once, a trash truck dumps
Right.
on that tipping floor.
yeah.
Reports and staff initiatives, selectmen's reports. Gary, anything?
I do not have anything.
David?
No.
Okay, Dwayne?
Yeah, I have none.
All right, and I am all set. So, Matt, it's up to you.
Just a couple things. We've all met her earlier, but our new deputy treasurer started today. We've covered a lot of ground today initially, but we'll continue with training. Captain Fraser's made significant progress with our BLS training, and we were on track to begin the rollout for the online portions offered by Maine Municipal. I think several employees have already been sent links to set up their initial training process, and it's going to be a requirement for all employees to complete moving forward. Just heads up, because you probably will get some pushback from folks that are going to be unhappy about the computerized training. On some of the departments, there could be anywhere from 4 to 6 hours of training programs, depending on what the hazards are. We have hired Shane Bennett for the open part-time position at the transfer station. He'll begin his training tomorrow. We begin meeting with the budget committee beginning January 18th at 4:30 p.m. I have spoken with our contract deputies, because they haven't been in for a while, just to get kind of a recap from them. They've been exceptionally busy with complaints in Waterboro. I know the FD, the SO, and the fire marshal's office have been involved with working with an investigation in South Waterboro from Van Way. There's been numerous burglaries and theft complaints in and around Lake Arrowhead community area. Some may have seen some activity on Main Street South Waterboro. We had an incident involving a naked male running around the roadway and causing some property damage to homes in the area of the milk room and the, I think it's the phone company building, the switch place there. YCSO does have a new school resource officer at the middle school, Rob Pellerin. As a reminder, we do have TextMyGov. It's a great service to be used if you go online to subscribe and sign up for it, but we used that during the storm last week. So people go to there and subscribe and they get notifications. We use it for the storm, for road closures, if buildings closed, or any other community events. So please sign up for that if you want to.
So there's this second resource officer,
For the middle school now.
and so as
We have one in high school too.
the one at the high school was what, Scott?
Scott Corey.
Scott Corey.
And Rose
So
Owens
we've-
at the middle school.
So now we have one at the high school and one at the middle school.
That's correct.
The one at the middle school will be based at the middle school, but he'll also be working with the other elementary schools in the district as well.
Okay.
And it's funded by M.R.S.A.
Yeah, I would assume
Well,
that's in
there was no
there.
grants or any of that.
Right,
Not
It
really.
was all paid for by M.R.S.A. They want it.
Yeah.
okay?
You all done?
Yep.
I just want to go back and thank our Public Works crew and CMP and all the other line crew for their response out of this last storm. We haven't had a meeting since, I guess no power the night we had our last meeting, but
I think we handled around 40 calls that day.
yeah, but they did a heck of a job. Our town roads held up pretty well. The Public Works is taking care of most of the major washouts and the trees down, and
Yep.
there's a few trees that need to be cleaned up, but they cleaned it up enough so we can plow the snow if we
Right.
get some.
If we get some.
Hopefully the ground freezes a little bit harder than what it is before they plow this next storm. So,
Right.
Okay, anything else? Let's move on to new business, discuss whether or not to reschedule the March 5th. I would suggest that we not reschedule the November 5th. That's a long ways away, so let's get closer to that. Meeting due to elections, so the March 5th meeting is the vote is the primary?
Yes.
Yes.
is that gonna be here?
As of right now, it'll be here.
Okay. So do we want to cancel that night or move it?
Do we need to vote on that tonight, or can we let that go till
Well, we can certainly,
middle of February and see what we're
yep,
up against here? I
yep,
mean,
let's, we can
Yeah,
roll
we'll
it to
be
the
in
next
budget
meeting.
Process as well.
No, we'll just push it off a little bit.
I'm not trying to push it off, but I mean, let's see what's on the,
Yeah, let's,
I mean, if there isn't any more than we got tonight, then we could,
that's only 2 months away.
yeah,
Well, this room will be used that night.
right.
March, that's
But
also-
we've still got another
We
room.
can go someplace else,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay, so,
Put that on for the first week in February and see
yeah,
where we are.
let's roll it into the February 6th meeting,
Okay.
okay? Discuss vote to accept Laura Lowe's resignation from the Library Board of Trustees.
Yeah, so moved.
Seconded.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
That's a board that we probably need to look at, because I think there's at least 2 vacancies on there now. So this, I think, will make the third one, correct?
We just had one replace me,
Right.
Right.
so, yeah, there's some vacancies. I'm not exactly
So
sure.
there's at least 2 spots.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. There is no old business this evening. Other business, discuss vote to accept the minutes of December 19th to 2023
So moved.
meeting.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
I'm gonna abstain, I
Opposed?
wasn't
There
here.
abstains?
Right,
Keep in mind, we're looking for town report dedication.
Can we pull up, and get a list of the people that have passed away this year?
I thought
Oh,
we-
yes.
We asked that last meeting.
I did get that, I'm sorry, I apologize,
Okay.
I left
just-
early
just
sick Thursday.
Send it out to, just send it out to the board,
Okay,
Yeah.
so we can
Emails.
peruse
I will
it.
send it out, yep.
Okay. Week's action list, you're all set. What's the status of the trash truck?
Did you have the documents for Chairman Abbott to sign?
I just gave them to him.
Okay.
Okay, so we just have to get that signed and for our legal opinion. And the truck's been reserved for us. Once we sign that, we'll get that back to the attorney, and she'll send it off to the financing.
Okay.
So we're moving forward. It came in under what we budgeted for, about 257.
Yeah, right under.
So it was under the 260 is what we planned for, so it was close. but-
Pennies,
Yeah,
yeah. but
and that's with the
it's
hoist being
done.
installed by Hughes and the truck coming from Whited.
Okay.
And I have,
Go ahead.
I did reach out to Partners Bank and their work, not Partners Bank, well, I did reach out to them too. Partners Bank and to Maine Community Bank, that looking for having a conversation about financing or interest for a new public works facility. So we get to see where we might be at if we pose that question. And for those that don't know, Maine Community Bank and Gorham are merging.
Right. So getting back to the truck, whose responsibility is it to get from Whited to Hughes? Is that something our crew has to do?
I'm assuming Whited will drop it off.
Oh,
But I don't know that yet.
Yeah, whatever.
But, one way or the other, we'll get it over there.
Okay. As usual, if you have any agenda items that you would like to add, we'll do a quick workshop before the next meeting on the up-and-coming vote at ecomaine to invest $37 million. Or not, to spend $37 million in capital. So I'll put that together and we'll do a quick workshop somewhere around 5:30-ish or something of that nature, so. Anything else?
I did have going back, but I did have a charter meeting last week, and we're having one every other Tuesday night, so if anybody's interested in coming, it's a wide open meeting, and
Is that moving forward?
they're moving forward very,
Smoothly.
very good. So
Good.
We're down, I think we've got 6 actually active members out of 9, so, the board, I think, can replace, no, the board of selectmen cannot replace anybody, because those 3
We're
members are
appointed.
there. But if anybody's interested in the charter, the charter members can appoint at least 2 openings, maybe a 3rd one there, so. There is 3 that could be available, so. Gotta be a town resident.
All right, anything else? Sensing none,
Executive session, maybe next week,
yeah,
2 weeks,
we
or.
probably need to set up an executive session with Matt to discuss contractual issues. but we can do that either next meeting or the meeting after that, doesn't matter. We just need to have the discussion.
Okay,
I think the contract is up in, what, June?
Yep.
So, so if you don't mind doing it next week?
okay,
That's fine.
2
Yeah.
weeks, or
Well, I mean,
2 weeks
next
doesn't
meeting.
matter, I mean,
So-
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's set something up at 5. We'll do an executive session from 5 to 5:30 and then do the workshop after that.
okay.
Okay? Anything else? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Thank you and good night.